How did you bounce back from rock bottom? After attempting suicide, I was in this really strange spot. I can't describe it, but my sister shared a phrase, the further you fall, the higher you'll bounce, and so it sort of felt like I'd gotten to a place where all I could do was improve. And with therapy and friends, and really working on myself, I have.
It's tough to hear stories like that. It's a raw reminder of how low things can get for some people. But it sounds like your sister's words really hit home. Sometimes those little phrases stick with you and help shift your perspective. It's good to see that therapy and support from friends can lead to positive change. We all have our ups and downs, but it's about finding that path back up.
Thankfully, I don't believe I've ever hit true rock bottom, but my rock bottom was a many-year ordeal. Family, therapy, and meds were all very helpful. Actually, I take it a step further. For me, they were essential. But, and I say this in all seriousness, the thing that truly pulled me out, reshaped me, and made me stronger for the future was prayer, scripture study, and the gospel of Jesus Christ. You posted this with this serious tag. If you feel you've hit rock bottom, or with whatever challenge you're going through right now, I wish you nothing but the best.
It's good to hear that you've had support during tough times. A lot of people overlook the power of community and personal belief systems. It can really make a difference. I've seen friends go through similar journeys, relying on therapy and their faith to pull through. It's about finding what works for you, and that can be the game changer. Wishing the best for everyone facing challenges.
In reality, I never did. Just take every day at a time, focus your mind on things you can control. Realize that everyone doesn't care that you want them to. Once that happened, I realized I care more than anyone else about myself, and I deserve to be great and treated great. After that, make your goal and accomplishments, and start knocking them down. Something my brother told me. I just need you to be 1% better than you were yesterday.
That's pretty solid advice. Just focusing on being a little better each day can really change your mindset. It's easy to get lost in what others think or expect, but at the end of the day, your journey is yours. Setting goals and reaching them, no matter how small, helps. My friend once said something similar, and it really helped me refocus. Just take it step by step.
Therapy didn't help me. IMO therapy, as in longer-term counseling, is more suitable for women. Guys tend to do better with physical stuff like working out, staying busy, etc. When I was having some very destructive thoughts and strong ideations, the only thing that helped was medication. I was on an antidepressant for about half a year before I realized that the sharp edge of what I was feeling had dulled and become manageable. So I stopped the meds. It's been over a year now, and I'm doing okay. Of course, if stuff is so bad that you need help, it doesn't hurt to try each option and see what works best for you, including therapy. Even if there's a trend or a pattern, you ultimately won't know what works for you until you try it. The important part is that you acknowledge that you need help and you're trying to get it.
I get where you're coming from. Sometimes, it feels like traditional therapy isn't the best fit, especially if you're a guy. Staying active can be a solid outlet. Medication can really change things too, and it's cool that you found what worked for you. Everyone's different, so exploring options is key. Acknowledging the need for help is a strong step, and it sounds like you're doing well now.
It sounds like you've had a tough experience with therapy, and that's valid. I'm sorry to hear. Therapy is about finding tools to understand yourself better and heal. Maybe a different therapist or approach could help you feel supported instead of overwhelmed. IMO, getting better doesn't mean overworking or blaming yourself. It's about small, meaningful changes. For example, learning to set boundaries with other people, finding healthy ways to cope with stress instead of shutting down, or understanding your emotions so you don't feel stuck in them.
I had a friend who struggled with therapy too. He tried various therapists but always felt overwhelmed. Eventually, he found someone who focused on small changes, like setting boundaries and coping with stress. It took time, but he started managing his emotions better. It wasn't a quick fix, but those small steps helped him feel less lost. Now, he talks about it as a process, not just a struggle.
Please consider subscribing if you enjoyed. Love.